This is Boadu TV. Truth and integrity.
Mamunyina kwaba na Ghana Forces asasha omo aye screening exercise na say endra omochi abrante ba kwa no kita fake document a che say bema camp wo kita fake document a wonya ba bia nkoye exercise bema camp akwa na omode no koye ne de be fa ne so no abehu na Otu Darko say wo ma edin kwasase ma sebisebio ebenum hwero mo nkwa no committee a ya set no ye ma no meye so mabanom ti ajo musika shombotom na ekosa omo e wo se panisho sapepepe den chiro boase bebi a omo kun mejo mahama no na mefa de crazy ye ye se nipa na musuze o gina mu gidigidi ma omo kun na sasam member of the man no sisi ye ne prison ye man life imprisonment ya discharging ya acquainted na say we no obi antimi fa no kokko to bi no hu ni asem Ghana enti Otu Darko si yekun ani yekun free si etime kun bedwo mahama na anu ye obo ase bi makonya se da ma young guy we DCE for MCs ahemfo a mu tu galamsey mu ginam gidigda mu tu galamsey mu nyanya sa
the Ghana Armed Forces edi womdwuma no na enika na enika pa ni etwa mo no mama ni ntwamu kwa. You must hold people responsible. Ni etwa mo no mama ni ntwamu kwa. You must hold people responsible for the loss of the 6 women and could be credited to my first lady if not president in our country. Ni etwa mo no mama ni ntwamu kwa. Committee I set make sure say one way this nyambransem no nyambransem to the effect say some people were tasked with certain responsibility. If we don't hold people responsible for some of these things, we'll come back to square one and people will die. People will just die anyhow. Yeah, me baba chro say, and I'm sorry, I have so many friends in the Ghana Armed Forces, whether in the Navy, whether in the the Army and NASA Air Force. I have so many friends. But I can say on authority say, and I'm sorry, please forgive me if you guys feel offended. But say Nyansan way, NSN can deploy in the first place. We wouldn't have lost a soul. Say Nyansan way. And it's beautiful. Kwame, I was watching to them. Now Ghana Forces, Ghana DA and NASA way free different country. And if you knew this, you could have saved the lives of those who died. Unfortunately, we have become a reactionary country. Instead of being proactive, you crema in some who see before we think. Now come, any other two come, but more fun to for videos to Facebook, man. But join us live. Accra 100.5 FM. You can't just go on because you bet TSC name was also kakra. Oba set up no mukurampo. Say, I say bibi catch us say nyansa fo adwene. O hwesenia yes and then me tie no say hanum de no was it me refi baku din they'll be doing 1600 one of the so I think some changing into 5 various groupings. You could have done this and I'm na be pop so man nipa wu kwa mama yanya say ye kan sa na jemu. No, that is how we build a country. We set punitive measures. Very beautiful. Only parkui edia no kwaye we say mon hye the soldier tade ne ntokwa ba wu magana we so enu so edia we so wo man we mu ne ebibrem hanum na obi pe soldier na enu no so obi okrampo a is alleged say we so okotwa bibi kra only parku no bes wada no wona wo yena ta no in the days of distress our mind no problem no jina ko no when so say musanzi ya dromo fa ha me na hiding that kind of body showmanship na hiding it mu ba na say ya tiatia mu a na say we na soldier master soldier has moved on and until obi timi na Ghana now apply for America soldier me aye no and you may say in terms of criteria selection no ko join the American army obi ti Ghana no apply to be a member of the British Army. The BIA internet ebi akwa no na yakwa say whatever na you admit into the British Army. By the de won ba tena wiem teteniam na ayeden. And it says na ayeden. How? Just out here wiem we just so soldier. What masa beyond the physical force. First no soldier ye military no. Soldier and military has moved on. W, look at the war between Russia and Ukraine. When they did the body kwa santo kwano. Why would be say was it me a giant me so worry. It mumma me kwan me soldier ni han me eva. Where you work? Where new one no. So this is beautiful kwa. What you say when orderly. Because who no be or say me kura be trenti mumma me kwan me na me soldier ma fa wiamu na tra on we ye two missile obi two bomb so na otena wiem. So please in as much as we respect and admire the job of soldiers, the Ghana Armed Forces, you guys are doing great. But I'm sorry, remember when mama ya revising ya kwe nim wiamu tra kire so betima soldier ni papa wiamu tra not from get up no deblika na eden. I am insisting. Gas ne wu ye no. And penifo bi om responsible. Because of negligence. Obi so be free war. Wanya de so kokuri war no. But at the end of the day, there should be leadership. Because leadership was not served, and nothing as how we see. We have natural cause of disasters. But so how ni be artificially created. And we don't leave it to sleep. Me say, it's no mo betimi achichemu 5. And no man chemu 5 men crofons ye wu yina na. That's the question I came to ask. It's a claimer. Well, how we see then we think as a country? No. Where is when the first time I'm years our recruitment process? This enlistment certainly is not going to be the first. It's not going to be the last. Fitim resentini ma ya. And every year on, you are supposed to accumulate experience. And as soldiers, you must apply that experience. How can you bring back the dead of the 6 ladies? How can you sort out their families? How? Report no from wedi in the first place a juma ben or mine. Let me tell you, ladies and gentlemen, the reason why you won't crofo bebra sadano omube what pace Airwork Stadium is because unemployment is high in Africa. Unemployment is high in Ghana. But it's not because of some year soldier. A comedy woman near Juma. W Naka Juma were MPA. Media stations to say cry from name TV3 XYZ UTV na almost funny pen Juma ho. And that's banks are hoodwo. I crowd say almost fair mabu majuma. And that's your state agencies, state factories. FM Mabunojuma, you think Sanka Mabunuba could say, walk away soldier. How many people would have gone to soldier? Because a Germany hot, and they must put body and soul together. Man for survive. So in the first place, Sajumani Honum, na Mabunia, Sanye, Yadi Yanim Hanchuba Kwama Yamai. Look, Kwame, so soldier, look, we must start advocating, say, some forms they say free. Because collectively, chrono. Some forms, no, I say free. Ghana Armed Forces, Ghana Police Service, Immigration for, Customs for, Ghana National Fire Service. Woman in Nipadudua, woman here for enlistment. At Abia, woman here, Mami Nusu say Ghana Armed Forces. Ebia this young person for nipa 10,000. No matter forms pay 50,000. The forms are scanner with you refundable. Only pakuni ni adwuma. Wakobo besia ne maame ameniska ana watu so nya 200 Ghana cedis. No send their quarter forms. Adwuma no so a ne yi na frim. Ye bepa bibi na bia on qualifier ne yi wa frim. If say nipa 10,000 as a form for instance our Ghana Armed Forces. No nipa 50,000 apply, 40,000 scan away. These are our youth. Some of these forms should be free. Any forms be free now. Kwani amfawa. We no be any asem kofie. But ya beji usika. Yes, one qualify o baby. Na kwoti bonkos bia or no. Chese oba kura obesu. Yes, the protocol near na kushim. But say Minister for Interior said this time Ghana Police Service also there will be no protocol. I pray it is true. But Minister no cry me sure so cast as we not western. Said there will be no protocol. Are you sure? Are you sure? Your friend MPs will come to you. Your friend ministers will come to you. Are you sure, or is just for the cameras? There will be protocol. At the end there will be no protocol. No protocol. Having granted me to cranko, and no great protocol. There will be protocol. But my point is that we must build our country on a plate of justice. Of fairness. Irrespective of only pakono, the person should be able to qualify into the military. People should not suffer that much. So person or custom name no. People should not suffer. Obi timika say, meet my connection amount. Maybe I know the few authorities in what. To 25,000. But obi komu na be as can be so authorities in what. Ade your person ko immigration. Only pakono custom Ghana no. No be afa baby no asia jiniska. We are dumping for baba out. I bet you him brofo. Omunim kanti. Ya beka se bibia ni hono musa. But I am sorry, it's a suspect I go. Mese brother on Facebook. Live on a 100.5 FM. Kwese na post phone ya show me. Ayi we asoja phone. Edi kwame, kwese mi bisa ne say. Na ye beti mi ahihye mu say yana. Ye beti ma show mu say yana. Umi enya sa ne ma no. Umi enya sa ne ma no. E mabunu bebre. Etim pentinka omo bre at the end of the day na sabi obi tifie twen ba yes ubanawu because of the negligence of somebody maybe anko sihwea. You think we are doing something good to our country? No. Ete kwa me mama mfa no ntwere ho no na menka sa de we Yababo Mr. President Abaso Sir Watu nuhuesi wanu mse obeko galamsey Enkwa menim se wo pictures of the accident Enra accident see Naimos for accident see Na yankai Mr. President say Ya de naseno Ni ekotso ahye ne nkran Mayana Minister for Lands and Natural Resources Eswase Honorable Amakofibua Ejuma pa wobo and she power de agu akwanso na waya krado se obebua na galamsey queen omako na kwame yemmo eye Honorable Dominic in fact ono krado e Kenro Dominic Boa Abaso for the great job when name Nanti and name Mabawa what the National Anti-Illegal Mining Operations Secretariat omoye Wame niyeje mebobo mu nyina di ne se empanyimfo se yedi jawa ne yedi asoa Sawo so nko ade ne yedi jawo Baby ameba ye kyerɛw enema pa aban we aye in their fight against galamsey Patriotic journalists against galamsey This week, Yaya releases Bay 2. First one, F150 million Ghana cedis. On behalf of the president, Owura Ato Forsen, finance minister, you say you kwa boa naimos. You be boa baina baso. Say wa chere commitment. Ama ye sign ka say yesre. Ohwe adwuma no a naimos ye no a adwuma den pa. Adwuma mu hia niema bebre. From laptops to drones, to computers, to cars, and you may be it's your best to say, whilst we are commending the government for showing that effort, in the media budget of 2026 no abai no increase sika ebekọ nine muso. And me can say enye honorable minister and the Ministry of Lands and Natural Resources na kwache nine muso cast tena. Ana honorable Sami Jemfine say di kan bana baso because gold board e di kan kwache 5. And can almost say that any cast on the operations. The point I'm making is that in as much as the government is doing well, and near ma here in terms of the basic but important accoutrement, Ababuama Naimus, Etimiaku Galamsey no, Abai no Fanko, and that is why you're done massive for the 150 million. But Kwame, Etiyabako Sway and Rehain, Abra nim say, party phobia yesia coin. Yabeko so ye na Kwame se ye nimpo na ye yi kakra free party fo bi ho a na opposition fo a wo mo so mra atwam te se banche dada no yabeko so ye hwan say they should keep on destroying our water bodies and ravage our forest belt yabeko so ye hwan. And if you have been poma once giving me opportunity on Accra FM News. Bisam say, I didn't know yentimi ko galamsey. Yentimi ko galamsey because empenyu fonua ebi mo so mo kono. Wo mo hu nipa ye bi. Oh. And when it comes to galamsey matters, me pacho enye NDC MP pisamo. Say aduanu na ebe free nkurase na ba no. Say galamsey so ne digu so a ye nyina we stand at risk. When it comes to matters of galamsey, mo aba follow me no me kan ni bresu pa me mfa ni agro. Me mfa ni agro. Oh. Sometimes I don't envy Honorable Amakofi Bua at all. Because position now Ukraine why krado. And I'm sure so by now he has become enemies to a lot of people because was one more be into galamsey. It is a one year lucky. Now party for be ekoshemua. Na ene obaya otanfo because I didn't know your party aba now me too because be me to that. And that's the difference between NDC and MPP because NDC is here to reset. MPP for gusu to no monti wa munye scapegoat to monti wa NDC for no kre se mo adasidie se bi to a you don't waste your time because they are making the job difficult. They are making the job difficult. She said, Danu ya Yebeka say you need be brave because Dr. Omanebu Amawu. You need be brave because Dr. Mutala Muhammedewu. Okay. You need be brave because of Empenyufun sie come home. Ghana Bobra breche kese boy yen it's a helicopter crash. The woman we are the refiana. I'm sad to see you. The refi so mine. We forgot as a country. And nine was 4 operatives. Ghana huntu amoko galamsey and I mean so pictures be anafa to mine. Accident ni. And all the atoso no. Hwese ne aka na ye. No ni pa ku kura ka wi. Ka fun wi. Abade na nya accident ka wi. Muso obi nkoko na mus ka wi e ka. Now even those hard cars in 15, say Ghana, I was 16 regions. We must show class seriousness if we are fighting galamsey. Sikapudua, young tranko, and let's fight it because galamsey is an existential threat to the livelihood of our people. This is all body pickup, and some of these cars, a serious accident, and you are dead before arriving. Because any hard body pickup crumple I survive kakra. Immediately accident ni see na nipa ba ku wi. By now so the pa ku no maame and maame twen se ne ba beba fie. Owoyire twen so papa ekọ kwaye adwuma boa Ghana obeba fie. Se wawo a ema twen wo hwa na call abo. Na yede kofa or say daddy is calling. E bi kura mpani ehu daddy phone. Afi wo fa ya yes wo kuma wu. Asem ya wo sing. Na wa bisa wo say aden. Galamsey e kuma titiriu. Aden. Aban we bai. Anya hwe kura. Wotima ye enyema bebra e kire se okọ galamsey, and one of them me no kasa sesia has to do with the Jew fencing. One of them is the Blue Water Guard Initiative. One of them is this NIMOS. One of them is trackers are omnibus excavators. So afei permit esa wo jansa na wa excavator. Afei esa ko register with excavator. These are plans. Abani diegu akwanso a it is obvious say o ma ye krado. Osha 150 million cedis yi for 9 musa, which we pray say be beba there. But a clear commitment of this government say when I are ready to fight. But I'm saying say, for how long, ladies and gentlemen, Anna, would we confront galamsey and galamseyers? Na galamsey ni galamseyers no ebe kum krofo a ekwo no. For how long? And yes, we na soja ni a anka where do what woman mikura beka sejai. But they have been trained to survive such stormy weather. Enamome asrafo, enamome soldiers, enamome merimema. So it doesn't matter problems that come their way, they still stand firm as soldiers. And they are marching on as soldiers of our country. That no kind of work as MB. Or see what person kind of say. Nimre so. Ano mutime kun galamsey. So for Kenelboa, he is poised. Awaya krado say, wambe ko galamsey. Ansana say radibe friend and radia friend. You have a minister in the person of Amakofi Bua. Waya krado. The beer Teresa Papa na ready say obeko galamsey. You have a president in the body of John Dramani Mahama. Every indication. Teresa Papa na ready so obeko galamsey. To the extent say was say, oh na Brahmana per se, oh yeah mine na ya galamsey and resign as an appointee. Ne kwakwaya o mining. Untimi nyam yenu mum. So we have that political will. It is a bima yesia kwanya. Why don't we cut them off and move forward? I have told you, ladies and gentlemen, that there is not one fit size of governance. If you are a democratic leader, untimi nye democratic leader enkosi abayenu ebegu. And that is why sometimes, ladies and gentlemen, authoritarians and now say one way dictators, they borrow certain principles of democracy. So there are times when one man to say, well, you're slimy pa, but I told you, no one can be mammy can be quain, no one judging today. I didn't one fact that dictatorship. So if we're democratic leader, and this one is to you, Mr. President, it's not always that you must employ the principles and tendencies of democracy. There are times, Mr. President, you must wear the cap of autocracy. There are times, Mr. President, I am Rama Uma, no one batayeno. There are certain times, Mama Uyamu Yamre, Menya Bataye. Because your people are dying, Esa and Yania Yedinti. Sesian Crofoya, yes, four are in critical condition. The crack say. They went out there to defend. And Kwame, me if you could Mr. T, well, Dr. Manebua Mamuso. We should not forget Major Adams Mahama. We also lost him to galamsey. The fight against galamsey. Major Adams Mahama was stoned to death like a thief. He was stoned to death like a Major Adams Mahama and our minds are fed Yahoo Nyansa. Eh, Yabako galamsey. We forgot. Fit you. Look at it. Kwame Kwachis Assemblyman Kromajano. Eti Ambrasia Kwaso. This fight is becoming unbecoming. Sir, you see, and look, let me speak to some people in NDC and MP before Kradia. Moment case because opposition. Namusamu Abremu, number Sam Sasia, one problem. But let me speak to me to Abama John Dramani Mahama and NDC. Mr. That is why there's responsible cooperative mining and the rapid Rukrabaha. Obinka Samamunya mining. but do it responsibly. Kwame, will be a person or responsible man. Odia brabe hume. Oba kacha kwam kwacha o hear me. I will lead you to wherever you want to go. I will lead you to wherever you want to go. I will lead you. If only a person you responsible, community be a person you responsible, man na person jai galamsey. Otu Darko me se me dem ho asiwo. Odia bra me ne kwame kwacha. We will lead you to wherever you want to go. To make sure that you get the needed license, whether it is house conduct, whether it is minerals commission, whether it is environmental protection agency, whether it is the Ministry of Lands and Natural Resources. If you need the advice of the NIMOS, wherever Mr. Otu Darko, I'm available. We will lead you in making sure that we jai galamsey no way responsible mining. Because some of you are making the job too difficult. Some of you in this party. You're making the job too difficult. Yeah? There's no difference, or there's no big difference between Abia galamsey ne responsible cooperative money. The difference they say galamsey no sensu on fa kwan paso emfuntuma sase no. Nemum responsible mining no adwuma galamsey ne ye no eno na obeye. But this time ye kire say mon sensu. Ni yase am wakande ni yase akire kwan pa ubetimi aye mining no. So it's not as if someone amoye mining no ye be pamumu afiri enwuram ho. No. What I know is that community based, and today we'll be having Mr. Pedro here, head of the responsible house conduct cooperative mining. Now on mamun chire me say me de once one person ye biabra because it's too much. It is saying in so brim asay no eyefe. Mr. President, if you want to succeed on this fight against galamsey, please stop wearing the cap of Jesus and get the cap of Satan and act. Utimomre too much. Mr. President, etimomre bebre, yemfa mu mai. Etimomre bebre, yemfa mu mai. John Mahama, utimomre too much. Ma utimonya din na bu mai no. Yes, sir. They are the same people who use your trimomere to campaign against your party. Market anyway. Don't spare anybody. Don't spare anybody. Use your own people as scapegoats, if any. You how many days? I'm saying how many days? Na media me say na ankenso yanko pe bi ne starting to galamsey ni bi ada ye nyina nto aba ma party no onko na beso di peche. If for nothing at all, we have a president and we must respect his vision. We have a minister, we must respect your president naka through the minister. Etimi anka me party ba ntimi nyanyansa no makase okay ene sadia efi na kro me be kisho se me be start process. Say be ameso benya me legal concession. There's nothing wrong so benya legal concession. Now can't say unya legal concession na what to go come on. Who says so say, and I'm even told to say with this new cooperative mining, which is more of a community mining, more for me mo committee e bia ahemfu wom munyina manyantiase baby am pese mo ye mining no ma be take coordinate take coordinate they will go and plot it in minerals commission plot hunu baby asase ne da. And even if say eda to say bia mining for akese for no asase mu a shemu a to say bia Gold Ashanti Kibi Gold Fields New Monta, they will go and speak to them and they will see part of baby omeyajuman to the community. Then government will start guiding you. You register. You get a sponsor to make sure say mobile start your mining effectively. Sikani be beko ahimfie. Sikani be ya fund. Fund no de be siesie kuro no. Na sikani be nso beko cooperative no a mo yes adwuma no. na aban no so asia mamoniema a mo de ben sa adwuma no mo mpe we na mo peden aban ben pa na betima sade we am sanya John Dramani Mahama. We are begging you people. It is becoming too much. You need to be what now? Sadly, I say, Mr. President, we don't know who will die tomorrow. That is why we must be more serious. First, it was Major Adams Mahama. We kept quiet. Then Dr. Manibuama, Dr. Mutala, and the other 6 of who here. But Major Adams Mahama, Denchre Obuase, and Assassin Missy. Assemblyman previously sentenced to life for abetting the lynching of Major Mahama has been acquitted and discharged. What are you talking about? When the discharge no? Mahama when the discharge no? May I be me chance Mahama mo tell me na when time? Judge Ben Esano. Judge Ben A. You are right. President Mahama na judge. So yawo any be a judge na say the corner so. Mo say he when aided and he abetted. Mo na matro. Jejaino. It when you are in presidential pardon. Eti W na enti Major Adams Mahama no wu ye no the crack na say. Chalemon pa judge na wo just ade no mame. Eti onye Major Adams Mahama santu o mame. For the two, this thing let's be serious about it. It cannot be politics as usual. Babies have been born with deformities. It cannot be politics as usual. They are poisoning our river bodies. They are poisoning the food we eat. It cannot be politics as usual. They are killing our future. We cannot keep quiet. It cannot be politics as usual. Major Adams Mahama is dead because of the fight against galamsey. And I'm saying it cannot be politics as usual. Dr. Manibuama, Dr. Mutala, 6 other important souls of our country. It cannot be politics as usual. And 9 was 4. In their bid to fight against galamsey, some are in critical condition. It cannot be politics as usual. You have to mean microphobic to derail the effort of the president. Aduma, I mean say now, come on, we cannot do that. Adding. Adian kura. Na mukura it is karu munya mo de adding. Omunya so akwasiampa branko o. So mo fanya sakwa akwasiampa branko a. Akwasiampa bra. Akwasiampa branko a. Akwasiampa bra no mnyeska no omde. Then we suffer because of their stupidity. Why? People die because of their stupidity. Such people, we negotiate with them. These are environmental terrorists. We treat them like terrorists. We don't negotiate with such people. I agree. Say be a woman to be different. And Kwame, let me say this. Campaigns na some way. Campaigns no am way. Ya touching from for me time to say a chicken. Campaigns no am way. When we tell many brain in the fight against galamsey, you know who are yesterday, and we are looking on because of party interest. We are looking on because of chronism, because of friendship. You're looking on. But the question I'm asking today is, who will die next? Major Adams Mahama died. It's a no ku galamsey. Enya wunti wakawanwatum. Dr. Manibuama wu because of galamsey. Enya wunti odin say male. Dr. Mutala Muhammad wu with 6 others because of galamsey. Wonyonia enti a male. Enra 9 was 4 nipa wu because of galamsey. 4 in critical conditions. And male wunti odin say nyewa. But the question is, do you know who will be next? Do you know who will be next? If we don't fight against galamsey, which minister will be next? If we don't fight against galamsey, which president will be next? if we don't fight against galamsey, which DCE, MC, mayor, regional minister could be next? Adom Group, wow. Doing the same multimedia. Hona Joy wana Adom TV ni Adom FM one. Mpanyim funti me fere kasa kakra. Me di need mema Mr. Chum akwesi any more management, but I will only suggest to say Sebi enye sim hu bia na etworo. Nyame ka ate ase. Enye sim hu bia na etworo. I have here, and this is misquoted speech of Minister for Agric. W. Ehifa Anna womu ye flyer yi ewo multimedia. Mote say Honorable Erikopoku, and we have the tape of Honorable Erikopoku. Yebebo has here. Eka say galamsey activities has not poisoned our foods, as being reported by some researchers. Feel free to eat anything. Don't be afraid. Honorable Erikopoku person what they say. Aya ye will be reported as if say Ghana hanu nyina na ye nuane no galamsey mercury ni silent are poison. But there are other areas yen two galamsey ho. Okay, let's go to the Volta region. It is a GNA free Volta region media. How can I get poisoned mercury? Because yen two galamsey ho. Nana domade na see from some obi am two galamsey o domain. Say me twa banche. And I'm two banche. Na me twa body free doma. Na udia. It is not poisoned. Oh, I am a catcher. Say, Ebia bon. Oh, one more yet, sir, media. There are people that you should. When na SMOSAN June series. It does look. I'm going to play the video, and this one, a clear defamation. Or say minister. No. I say minister. It doesn't make sense. And you see, sometimes, Papa Bakuno Ohana and the fool soon all the same. Na focus here no o ma hene akro ben so no disa hene no odi ko himba wodo o ma hene many sano but oye adwuma ya che you see, and sometimes o ma hene many sanwo but we adwuma na che enti you guys must leave certain traces and mabru no besua. How do you say MC is for and I know ka say MC is for 5,000 mahama buy how much 35,000 no. Oh no, I don't know free. Because I know say as part of the ethics and fiscal principles in line with how I'm to work at no. I have femunu biana yetum. Yes sir. 80 say the past year we mobile ye follow me na o me dey etum more than 1,000%. Wow. Eti me pacho nia Honorable Erikopoku kan no ana ma kirem ohene ba fan say o ma hene de me ba so, but that kind of gymnastics in this jandam journalism no etwam wa mu de gu Adom FM ne Adom TV ani ma se kwa wo be kwa adwuma gudu akra nim ho hwe for you go omo editorial policy kra empresa for you know mpanyifo ni mo hwe na obi se wakwaji kakra wo we need flyer yentia wa ye flyer fo e dia betu like the party in power because him say na momubi against John Mahama enya afia John Mahama na NDC fo no no mo ntrefo media fo ebebo number ba mo no mo NDC fo no ye be tweti ato ho no mama mo no nyom de ye omumu ye nkura omu nyom we be ku omu de bia no musi omu ayi so what does it? You don't do such misreportage. Don't do such. Me pacho tape here boy. And you see Kwame, so best idea. Say NDC MP no, any ministers no. Anytime we all steady, we hear Juma near said that the abetum. Because a Juma Erikopoku wa bono and say ukroma egusu bono. Ada Ghana near say a lot of ministers. Akoto say no minister. Papa na okoto banchi. E we kurasi de begu. E kra so mo na meto no. No minister. There's very the difference between Akoto say and Honorable Erikopoku. It say Apple and Yesutadie. That's the difference. Because what him say, Honorable Erikopoku na junimu like he practice on what Agric is about. On him what Agric is about. What they can hear and kukwan kitten beko. It only juma Honorable Koboku ya ube wani ashada fofra bebum anya ya na ya twene frɛ adwuma pa wo ye no it will not wash say semhunu a media phone bi die this time mudi try be see mudi see be twa wo bia ntra ma mu nkyatwa nkyɛ santro no bakwa me se na meka no ye blemu Adom FM as an institution enye ye because obe kum no na mpanyimfo ni nim ho hwe kratch bi na afa pen ne paper no why so that is lie bakwa me it is quite unfortunate. Say Benya, and I call him a seasoned journalist because Mr. Mahine, we see Mwache. Ono ya Adom FM one issue na. Mr. Mahine, me dey name say papa na fuso na make am. Pam, na na fukese no. He's a seasoned journalist, and let me give him that respect because Ajume wa ya yache. 80 to make certain statements criminal. There is one thing you are preaching. Over so be who say a politics na that's it Johnny ayache. So your politics who Mahine a politics na ye. Oman can't me catch a politics na ye. And stop that politics, stop that jandam. As a seasoned journalist, who senior journalist who trust sapa microphone wechi. Sense munu ye twamo. Ye de abanfo no waban no ye de ni opposition. Abanfo fraba what that wani. This is John Dramani Mahama Jack when you na Akufo-Addo. It is an trono a mu twetia John Dramani Mahama manage opposition no. Ghana fo ani ate. Once we try through ye UAP. It will not fly. Kwame me monitor man I popular den. That be who yes be tell you kind say NDC buy no na MPP time na MC ni DCs no omje 5,000. John Mahama buy no what 35,000. Why do you have to play his tape to make him popular?
Ato DC for aka 27 ya watu Ghana mra.
Look at how he's been disgraced. Look at how Mahine or Hene Mai has been disgraced. It's sad. It's sad. What you mean? Adom FM is a big station. Oh, we know all the credibility of Walusi. What the co affect it because it's not in the baby. Such a fantastic man. Kwame. Now they no cancer. Why not research Anna? So, this guy has been on TV and radio for a long. La lady back no can hold no anything. Ono sometimes so be can bibi. Oh, obe can bibi Hana. Me refi. Obe can bibi. Lady not know what they saying. Or they are no station me. Wow. Also I you Adom FM. There be person be say kwab na bo be any Captain Smart. Na efia poku Adom FM ho no ye adwuma na de wen. Because say minimum Adom FM pedigree. And is it assistant? Enkoton de.
President, with a due respect, you are performing. Let's go hard because what else? What next is the question. What next? Why you? God forbid you. Won't call answer ana because we be painful be a whole defense minister call. A whole defense minister. A whole defense minister. Who else? Environment minister. You chasing my training accident. Ever some of bodyguards need the hospital, journalists need the hospital. And to why view, DM na ABC.
Professor Kluche.
And you better take maybe hard decision. Maybe I do it. Honestly, we should take a very hard decision. Some of the chiefs in those areas, at least we shouldn't go and laugh to them. You call with a hard call. That's the next thing who say it's you or what. Chale enyefe.
Oh, sir, as it last month, I'm not about to to say, oh, you're here now. You're galamsey.
But after that month, a lot happened.
Anyway.
A lot occurred after that statement, you know. And a Professor Nana Okonya accident or Johnny. After that comment, you know, and Andra 20 hours ago, yet say 9 months, Nipa Baku, 4 no critical injury. From one operation, Omoko and someone, Omoko Obuasi, concession back, say Omoko Akohe, just look at it. And to DM, and Mr. President, you are performing. but wait dear with a due respect. And yes, sir, you name the obeko. You name the obeko. I rest my case with illegal mine. Now, Nana, my main fa a former Chief Justice. Nana, Nyamsi and Kano. My men, it's time. Say, or send Blue Kakrana Akano or retain. Honestly speaking, it's time to on retain Kakra. Now, or say no do. Minimum more or mutuno. Lawyers don't piscao, so they will push you to make themselves popular. No monsanyeska. They will push you. But who know, day in, day out, who that too. But you are still young. There are opportunities. Even you may get opportunity outside the country. You need the endorsement of the current president, whether you like it or not. To stop dating yourself. Stop. What do you want to do? Oh, one may you say you were playing pure politics.
We have an Obeko Hague.
Do you want to destroy yourself in the world, Ada? Who destroy who we are? Who didn't obey? Oh, me, I feel for her. Feeling I'm a feeling man in a year. So destroying who we are, Dana. Dear not obey because she's still young. I obey ye, Juma. Dear, do not obey after you've destroyed yourself. What is it? Stay away with the politics. Wherever you who say a politics now when you were in office. Because me a lawyer and drano, we want the whole world to see the character of the president. That was the way. We want the whole world to see the character. So you see, church, we expect you to have a hard heart. We expect you to have a friendly heart. We expect you to be tolerant as a church. We also expect you to say, untimi and standing any rubbish. Listeners should forgive my word. Any stupidity, any fun, because we are intermediator. Oh, you listen to people and solve matters. And you should be able to get that heart and stand. But say you push you in this manner, you have to disgrace. Imagine you are disgracing yourself. Because people are getting to know you. And the whole world will get to know whom you are. Because they will be remembering, say, this thing's supposed to be in camera. But even when you requested for the petitions to go through them and respond, we found your response from the public. You gave copy to the Ghana Bar Association, to the former CJ, and then Magistrates and Judges Association before it gets to the president. Meanwhile, it was saying in camera. Technical knockout, on way fimu, bam. Technical knockout, away fimu. Just about prayer, say, man,
I say she president to because I say in one of his statements, I said he accorded her the respect.
Yes, and you disappointed.
Hannah, disappointing.
Technical knockout.
They had it first even before him.
What I say, technical knockout. And look at how you exhibit your character. Entry, no. Oh no, just listen to the last one about her, then I'll stop talking about her. Yes.
You should listen to the last one.
Yes, from me, then I'll stop talking. Me person me can't be because no. One say there are more who can one say a good name, some things you shouldn't have done it. Imagine you went and plead with some of this country, the big men, to speak on your behalf, so that you will retire voluntary on your emoluments. Which me when I heard it quietly, I was happy. Na say omako kan president awoso ne ti ko wati. Now they are putting measures in place so that ube traba now are accepting good faith. On a year odi case no call Commonwealth conference court odi call ye. Why ne 2 days na ube jina say meet the press. Conference. Just look at Nipase. So do you think about yourself, Wankasa? Wako patch say we what's a chimwa asa aba. Nasa wa be yes ya. Na maybe some who say wa odrin ho papa ana. Meanwhile the law says in camera. In fact, I give respect to two people. They pass through the same procedure. One, Loretta Lamte, Shrach boss, me man respect. Eko peme dan krofo kra nim ni din. ye tu no ya so no do tu no President Mama onim de nti ska odi twa ne rent ban was o man rent ban was o man diet tinam no ban a man dan ye renovating dan ye delay e not hotel e na MPP Richard Nyama onene omo in the minority whip another empre e trokoma president say you know president eti what MPP fu na tro you president apam ya says kana odi twa ne rent and also send the approve it and no keke o obi anti na num nsamo decency we pie mu a ɔte hɔ Charlotte say yapam no bi eti na num nsam ɔte hɔ ba wo de aden judicial is yours into 24 sep chinchina agisawo because judicial is yours and into enye wa it shouldn't work enye wa judicial shouldn't work they be kakra na aka no misre no at least no on retaining na ebuo kakra empre no na me ende wa ha
that's it I know what the man I say kakra na aka no ma me anka me kurampo the head of the ansana committee in Ukraine. In fact, my advice is Anka she should negotiate her exit.
She did.
Oh.
And it was a good signal.
She should have negotiated her exit.
No, she did. And then they pushed her.
W, at the time she was negotiating, when the committee started its work, in fact, Article 146, the started process, not to me resign to me negotiate.
Oh, but per the info we had, painful. And a omni president Ekasa.
President Mahama Sudan Kubiti.
Yes, and a president say and yet she Churobra.
President Mahama
Kubiti. By so doing no, and an uncroft tune for Bonnie. And on the odd case no call a Commonwealth Court. Meanwhile, what patch or say young accept na untro what's the name? You should untro resignation letter. So you can get your emoluments na bibia process na cost no enti me bisa me ho nana say does she think about herself? She doesn't think of herself, honestly. She does not.
Maybe she want to prove a point.
She should continue. She will prove a point and disgrace herself. And once in the crowd, nobody will buy her once.
To prove a point. I mean, Mami announced the presence of Engineer Frank Pedro Asari Esquire, National Coordinator, Responsible Cooperative Mining and Skills Development Program, our COMSDEP. Me Rebecca Yensa. Honorable, with you briefly, me more akwaba.
Yeah, bro.
Na minisenya kopo adum bibia boko.
Kakra na de meka. So de meka coordinates.
No, coordinates nso already. Coordinates nso already.
Nyamiado.
In fact, e oka num kra. But the most important thing is sisi anu a masha se no a mo, because then I was learning say the other places bo hon mo pese come obu na mo yirom ho no. It's a good idea. And they say so bantama o te sanka me bob na say omunya galamsey no de ye ho omumra, at least we will lead them to that, because it's becoming too much. Into the initial commentary then now me te say me come no be one or one what be shebu
some of friend me no
na
me free baby a me catch and say na meetings na wo ho no na obu aye wo ma cry fm ye ka say ye makra me say na ya ni mo ani ni ti matwitwa bi so na masre say me brana at least to be ye be 2030
okay any honorable indikibi o de be cheme na me ntwa 15 minutes in free ono
ti ma menchia na menchia me nua mpanyimfo a modi asom aduma so de aboa oman kronkronga ne endra ya antiasem galamsey a essay you na essay kwai FM ina so enim say you emma ti di o say you na so say nkwa ti o manpayi mahama ansa no beba no na ena no aban no atena ho ayehwe ha omo anyehwe ha keke ade omo ankasa omo ho so ahyem aye galamsey do ba bia na ye say ye presidency forest do omo ahyem aye forest busu issue na before the transfer machine.
What's in your presidency forest? I just
Now some America would the banner say ye be na do ni pompons what say ye hye dwumadi na be do ni pompons climax sabi e na beto galamsey na say o maye ama na kodu pompons what is o kan ho hwea nti mpayifo say the smawa na dey jam yin ama say e bia nkofo ya say o man na kwa kodu no kan ho titi e na ba na ye tu ni nti I will say Boadu the bull by them or the share to akwan mu share na wo de to akwan mu no ye ne say wo kasa wo de ekwan ba ko pe na ekun galamsey a wo be di ntwo ti wo say wo hwe afafa ni nyina first one any law enforcement emra no sesay
okay.
emra ne say ansa na be kwa akwaye adwuma e wo ba bi no e wo say wonya krata the Minerals and Mining Act 2003 Act 706 as amended 2015 Act 900 amended 2019 Act 955 actually kwanya ifaso etwefo tu ni krata ni bi na no kreso e wo ne se obi ani ho a wo krata wo de mine wo nsuo so obi ani kwanya also forest mu no small scale enkoso be hu se na sada ekoso nti na e wo se ye hwe se e betumi aboa na yaye operations na yayi nkofo na omo forest ni mu ni so bo omo mo nsuo so ni so mo so declare security zones ena no for no a omo se o man no afede omo mo ti akire omo toto bo baba park ne so omo no mo complain o
Omo say omo ni
mo say the fight against galamsey is very effective we share minus no
yeah.
Let me the tembi am da unro Tuesday na
MP before the former assembly I'm Ghana for can judge
Tuesday na mo asante achi
okay
anka ochina enye assembly am dey ba besi so anka me ko western so
okay
but we be da no frɛ na me won half be sa ko Tuesday
very well
is e chini na ye hwɛ na
very well
adwuma to
that's yes
yeah what say ye ne say be operations na eno na obi ehun the previous regime no more fighting galamsey in a massive way to say the way yeah ti ye wie ni sa no na hwɛ sɛ mmara no kura sese mmara ne bi wɔ hɔ a MPP for buy so mo kofa LI 2462 buy eno nti na etumi ema o mampanya kwanya sɛ wa ma obi krata so nkonkotu efoma budie e wɔ forest ni mu na no kura ni sɛ medical aka no ha sɛ ye wɔ guidelines ana e wɔ hɔ dada ana a guide a mining in the forest now you will only about 3 large scale mining companies plan the forest
okay
no kura no mining method no either underground na so open pit no betimi aye but the processing now onye no forest so see process plant no ya efufo we ndie omo the license man ko fo mo ni hwe efa mining ho and be say MPP pay ni be say asa wo concession wo forest me wa na yede mo mutu a no mo sanso ahoro no forest ni sa ka ho na mayi nsuo yi ese 2462 ya amende na ye no 2501 sisi aye say ye ye free operating to time akui mu a na mba abante naimus foi ye adwuma som e de asom man kronkron Ghana endra the soldiers no enum ekoye operations e wo oboase na fofi anto ata kaneba ko ekonya nya kwanhia na amunumu wa na yahwe soja bako private safo tinenne o se any minister e ko naimus na ameti he ma ko sign book of condolence to muze to me yeshemi se kofo no ye adwuma ese yensu ese kwai brentu yenso enipa ne bi efa hu na wo se animu ya ne tumi eye de betumi bia se ne be ye betumi etu ase ne de alternative na wo ye no awie no na wahwe se wo di control measures so beto to akwan mu because enipa nti first wo cry excavator e ba o man mu na se wo na mu akọ na wo de koye de ope bia control measures ne bi ni se ene o ba wo se wo kire purpose nti a wo de kraba wo de kire purpose na wo se wo nya permit from either transport ministry or the Ministry for Lands and Natural Resources. When you say we do her or see a register or see a track in account. For the first time, I buy we say, I dear Bacopa says you na a hard dream pa, a sow more one leg any chamfano. The chamfane illegal, so be cry about memoir. Baby, I will be the chamfane be a befa be a way chamfer human. EP for say or some more permit and send to me acquired. I was so a quiet by way fast so air fighting galamsey no. Be antini you, go for say, now what are we doing differently? And ne chamfane machines, baby or more manufacturing, baby or more a tomb bin EP a quarter to. A do chum, ye be sad. Ye toss you, I buy say, yen share say, Nipana ye chum. A be why I am cry pepe dear wolf or moko baby be a deal. No more dear, every day be an I am marking 10 cities, 20 cities, a be cost of 100 cities. Campings non so near there. Obi a betching be I am finding cordina eminent. Now, be we say, to make us a chini per 1,000, a chini per 500, per 600 by prosecution be uncle. As a lawyer, I mean, can say a chini pa, say, say what ye galamsey na yem fanim famra quine so. A bill wo ha is a we na you could diasem no differ. Na emrano any nedi, and unti cabinet ya man pay my hammer, at this we are, ajiatu. Say public tribunal na, ye de bano. Yen say ye bet to me de back one see why, and no de galamsey who sends them. Bet me a dinner show so. Na ye didn't come away. Nipa sitting in Madi. Why law enforcement into what operations 9 months for any namu. If you quite bring to yes, I'm more friends, so ye chew more machines, ye the tracking system about ye share my CC chamfan, baby, ye be, baby, a tomb, ya call to tomb. What next? Nipa no uncle diti.
Which is a very important question.
Yes. Adwuma moye no. Eyo adwuma e betumi ayeni. If you say Nyankopon na ene de former chede no agudie no akyeye. Nti yemfa kwan papa so na yenya adwuma no. Si ye ne saa. Agidi say mabunu benya adwuma afirim. E betumi atu galamsey ne so. Biaya ye adwuma ne so. Puntu betumi aba ho nti aban o mampanyi Mahamadano ete the responsible cooperative mining and skills development program but ayina ne say yenhwe ne yempe babi na yenkrokora na yenye ne yi yemfa mamabunu
okay
na mo nya adwuma mo ye adwuma wo ho no mo tum be yede krum so be yede galamsey ne so o mbejai nti nsuo ne ho beto no kwa ebrentu ho beto o man ne mfa ne to nti no no enam say the omaye no say no ma bebre no nso ntumi ntuma amrika ti o say fast okwane so kakra but nyame adom baby aye ko sisi ane de yehu no de ejidi say enche bia e be share se ehu baby a adwuma ni bi koso a ebetumi aboa meka ne sa no eya na enye easy so sa de ese ehu bi painti aboa serewa ojeje ne baagura no yi nani ato nche na payifo aka nsem bi se de oku ne tromo no nim de oda asante achim America se mekoyi se asante achim agogofo amantinafo ne behwefo te ho no omuhu de asi wokono se konongo omotu fo magudia omunhye da nyaahwe nti wo aba ho na wo be kan se wo pese be responsible cooperative mining wo no bi dwe ho mienu ti Tuesday koye eni omu di nkomo ebi mo gitum ebi mo so nyintum ebi mo susu se mining akoso wo ha amwa won nti enemo de mining ba ha de be ne chese be boy nti ewie ye ka chiro mo se ebe san so ababi because ene na nanom obedi nkomo ebi wo ya kwa obe prensa nti wo ti kwa se oh ade e che because wo de wate ase aye obi mo ho mo nti ase ye pese ye avoid the situation of the community mining. Yes, see a quack yakoma community, so be conanco for Nankasa or your chileti. Say, and now we share na ye so cooperative mining. A bay community based and community managed. send a bear community no be so
with the community media
community no and they register more cooperatives maybe I register cooperatives no with the Department of Cooperatives for the coho na you know my church go form the account you register mo na Department of Cooperatives for no amomo the business certificate that business certificate no any the application no e wo minerals commission and no answer near the budget EPA permit and no answer near the water resources permit is the can I can one CCIA and no the can say until all year near your application we now be BI Edana Kwama the Minister for Lands and Natural Resources ebema offer na mo agree after that offer no now ya say mo reclamation plan to say abandonment plan to say mo mining method be ya de no aka ho ne age EPA permit and no ya so ya na ye facilitate say ni we are okay we are na ya ma sa EPA permit ne de aka ho ansa ne ma operating permit ti ba bia meko bia no asema me ka cho mo ne say adwuma no e twa to okra ne say ya de excavator be ba ho nti obi ba no ne mu be di nkomo na wo ba excavator di na chia no say enya adwuma ne kwan so no person ye the last one and they say what the machine say ko ho no akoye adwuma ade bio ne say ebi ho awonti ase nti ohwe de galamsey aye asay babia na mo simo be responsible cooperative mining wo kwa na mo be ye ne say ye be ne say babia ye be ye mining na nkasa the mining method say ye open pit and I say aye underground ye de ye botai pa ne say anka ye mfa ye ni enko rock ne so
okay
because aluvia no
o kra de no
why no I faso a processing no
yeah
ema aluvia no eya enche enu nti no se open investor se onfa sika nhemu a aluvia se onya asase 25 acres na ma ne boso miensa obetimi awie nti won ti aite no
otu
nti ye target no eye the rock mining
okay
rock mining no first and foremost no I was say to me a investigation who baby a vein da
okay
call miners no beka cho say baby a good ni da na sa boba ni da mo say ye tu ye hu boba no a wo de wadre ye no good hu say
good hu say no okay
ti hu sa e no bia ade bi o pa ehia pa e processing no
okay
kwan a ye tu boba ni wi a e be fa so akrokra ansa na ye sa ka good na nkasa no ade ba ko a ahaye mpa no say nipa no bi okra mo say ya underground nti o mako tu boba na free underground be ko be fa so akrokra no be wie no na amo by product no tailings no akwa wie nsuo ana akwa wie stream bia wo ho e be say prevent sa na yenya proper process unit a e betumi a processing yi say ne be ya one recovery rate ne kura be kosoro
yeah
na wankasa na wo ye adwuma no so nsa ka osika ensuo ni so ho beto no because ya na ebetu ye nsuo
okay
so na ebetu na no anso na ye de be ye adwuma no ewia e wo tailings dam a sa adwuma na ye ni nyina no because boba no gold ni wo mu de but onye se wo fa ya na wo hu gold no so wo de ne fa process no na arsenic ne sa eya nkofo ka no obi enu ho kra arsenic e ye by product of adwuma na eya wo ye no nti boba no the more na wo process no na e produce other cause no say o say prevent say eno no be ko baby nti o say nya tailings dam a saa de ni nyina no be kwa akogum a eno ensepo nkofom emu mfa so nti saa na hihye ya aban we e de abaye guso a ye ye menua na ye wie ni saa akora na me di twato no no bia na betimi aye cooperative mining ni nti I will say a pet skill development program alongside the academy team no ye di kan akoye field assessment, the training needs assessment, who say electrical and electronics, leather works, welding and fabrication, fashion. Idea say utraining mabunu no wom, especially mukro munyanko galamsey mono. Now we now more wakandia. Back to me, I na abo mo. And no so call into cooperative mining, so you need you mat ayen sheshaya. You be train you mo in a proper way to mine. Nti cooperative miners ni nyina no ne yen hwehwe no enye obi a na betumi asese omo se mu nyina mra umat sebe ti umat for no yen create se ai osino ya wo gina me konso se yenye responsible cooperative bad o ya bobo amaburu na no mo mbekwa akwaye adwuma no ebi ya kwaje bia ye bi be na otwe miensa na otwe mienu ese mpayifo ba ho e kire omo kwan ba no mo wi omo na omo akọ field ne so.
That's right.
Was ade ba kwan ye lake wo no be ka theory ni nyina wo ba so ni be form wo
practical
ye nkọ form wo ye kọ ye adwuma no ye nye ne hwe na nye fe e be wie no ohu ba bia ye adwuma no kọ be hu se we ndie eye papa because mine ne de nyame adom wo de good na na mu me kwan ye fa so to ni sisi ade twa ye ho abana. That's it.
Mama so me na wase na yenka se responsible cooperative mining has come to stay. Inti Mr. Galamsey no mabra for kwan paso na senior honorable king and share maybe crew maboma manie maboma amanie ye tu ho anamo because we den adwuma boys ne ye no tu so munyae no adwuma ben anu beye and aduane be no medi. It is a responsible cooperative mining na badia communities are Galamsey zones so must take advantage of it. Engineer was Engineer Frank Pedro Asare Esquire, National Coordinator, Responsible Cooperative Mining and Skills Development Program. Our comes them. Anna Wagrisi occasion. Yeah, that's it. Thank you so much for passing through. That's it. That's it.
Okay.
With the and Nankasa de say Abusia de Bechemi. Send a program no ko ina say ankenyan earlier with the Bechemi. And is here you be only 15 minutes. Into member about 10 answer. Because 45 your name pen you forbidden komo e fia no na ya peka kra gu eboto. You have how many?
20 minutes.
Yes, 20 minutes. We have 20 minutes. Yeah.
Okay.
And to take the first 10.
Oh, okay.
Na move 5.
Yeah. Nyimre so dia me chia. Na so nyame asa ama yesi aba be chia. Me chia me peni ba ko bi alaji ya kundu. Ja ono.
Ai, alaji aya
kundu.
Papa o.
Oh papa o.
Ai, aya kundu. Correct man pa.
Me bra peni no.
Oza. Correct man.
Yeah, was now me ko Boadu no so ni.
Oh yeah.
Was no ta ba no okra we ja no.
Me ba no ha che.
I don't know.
It's during elections here, na jumenti. Na me ko bibro. Me papa ba ko se bibro late o kra me ko no ha che. Is me ko bibro ho bi.
So you know who na obesra no.
E be ko.
On say Galamsey no men kasa biem. Every say ni odi animu na nkasa ba betena so a kire ni emu fata. Enti me meko OSPD no.
Okay. AKA Adako.
OSP papa no what the life di agro. What the ye di agro ba I mean to me say Ghana ye mpenimfo ni hunu ni papa no oye na nanso mu.
Mpenimfo be what ban na wo?
Me come president ni ye ministers ni attorney general. Me nim se omuhunu ni papa no oye na nanse omuhunu. But to me papa no de ye life di agro boa. And now me te so betena se no o kyerɛkyerɛ mu se Ken Oforiatta, former minister for finance, on the sieve. Now on the sieve no na MPP na down power. Na say MPP down power dia na in for na control system no. It automatically na kyerɛ MPP ana na down control system no. Enti na say police for any all the agencies na down share MPP sentino na oni bibia obetimi aye ameti osa am say papa yi wo de life wo di agro every say ye the power shonsa say gina fe ye oman no ho adwuma wo say woni ahwandene bia obetimi aye bibia papa yi ko okọ ye nso yaba eno ana o sheda na wo de wo ka so wo de red alert ade ato no so enti yanya na omumfa na mbra se papa no ne na oye se wode red dien wode interpol dien wode die nyina eye ntro nyina no a strategic way odi delay edi ama papa no ama nationalize America. Se munimu a asema make kire wonde market wo oforiata nationalize America.
Onto bedane America ni.
Yes.
Te be wi ase na America for beka se yen be di na asem wo.
Yes. Entino ye be wi ase no America for beka anya careful America for beka so o medi na asem wo. Na se America for ka so o de ne be ba ha kura na ye ni America president oman no so beka bibi ensa na o mo de ne be man po o mo de na de amaye. Eye time bi na OSP no auto adiama ken oforiata
Agenda pa.
Agenda setting pa. Entino nia waya na fe na is it yesterday or 3 days ago na fe was say emu say ono oforiata no na 6 others afe na omo charge omo officially na Frank Davis our year legal team member ma can oforiata no ba say omo de omo nyanya official charges bia.
Can you imagine?
Omo kache ntino nia OSP ye no omo de omo nti ase o say OSP no so aye no ho style bi say no nkrofo ne MPP fuei nti mo ka say OSP onto aba nti oto ma NDC ana
da bi kisi ajabe anto ama NDC
kisi ajabe anto ama NDC o di ase na kosi ajabe ni
onto aba de afan
one thing say okọ University of Ghana kosi ajabe no aben wo law no mu papa wonya first class
onimade
enti wonim delaying tactics ne wo ye nyina eye delaying tactics a ode ye ade abaita ma ade ama ken oforiata ama ode nationalize ewie ni papers we na afede mu di bibia de ko a America for so aba be ka kire se mpamcho ye di share na mo ne dele
no monim se ken oforiata ntimi ama na ne yakan ekobam na we stand for correction se ko ba se yintimi ni India ebenya sensan so wo so in the coming elections. Are you aware? Ken oforiata case alone.
Yes, ebenya
me ka no kora kire mo.
No kore.
Ken oforiata asem alone. Se mo di yen kokwasa e ma special prosecutor we ekota kise ajabe ntra no mo ye ne ma no guso ye no a mo munim say it has effect on the coming elections. I say mo striker my din. I am telling you NDC people, say 2020 is Ghana for baby some say mo share your boss akronfo bi. Say, why are you coming to us again?
Even Ghana for Ankasa no. Aba na omoto imaya na nya se bia se yamba ye economics ni ye nkwa ma omoto omoto ma ye ni o. Omo hwe krono na MPP for boy no. Yesu aka na ye nchichi omo no omo ni say yes, ya chi omo nti no. Apart from say ye economics na ye ama omo no. Say attorney general yere no ho. Na his excellency John Dramani Mahama nso am push attorney general ye amma kosi ajabe anya na edwuma so omodwe na se enye ya ekwanya so ye friends and one special prosecutor na ho no ade say na akufo ado wen yi no enfiri ho Matiamidu
ono no resign
and so resign na say ewonim ye woni nti ono so resign ana meboa ai eye hwe mami tro omo so ombe frustrate am o resign ombe frustrate am o resign
sasa no kan I'm frustrated no
good antino Maya makosi ajaben metna se kisi ajaben sorry kisi ajaben metna se enya ne ono awo pe o adawa before na ye behunu no na ye dini asai ewie ne papa na ye no wo hyede o enye se wo ye adwuma bia wonya hwe kisi ajaben hyeda na afei na wo se wa charge wo mo because wo mo say Interpol for say ye man former judge charges bia anti no omo Interpol for no entimi nya adwuma bia because former judge afa no mama former judge anti no kwesi prosecutor no nim sa na so no nim sa
me bisa sesi ano OSP no sa office no the relevance no like emphasis pa no how different is it from Yuko
na omo say amro omo ba beti MPP for ba beti sa you know no almost say omumbra for political offices na yamfa say omo aye your friend saying corruption in political offices. And you know omo no need based on political offices. Like ministers, like organizers, no
they cannot deal with politics.
I guess I know me said a beanka. And the second the mano. Say mano even a prosecutorial yinumpu. Attorney General. And to me busa question now busa na me pass me bedru ono. And to 90 Attorney General any Iroko na wo kenti kan o mo antimi nsa anya say adwuma na na. Enso MPP fo no na bete sa eyi no. En nti o bete na bia na kisi ajaben ya ma omo no. Enti o di kisi ajaben betena ho no. Omo nim se omo exert power. Kisi ajaben wo betima play omo kwan ni ya ma omo. E na o ye no. Enti me de kisi ajaben de no besi o na maka kakrafa Chief Justice the no. Oh, Chief Justice. Why am I young say
former
Chief Justice no. Mame no or yam young say as a law no. Na aso no ankasa wonim law no. Me nya me call law school da ba ne ono ye ni na e ma me so me phrase as law na as aye cheap. Show who Chief Justice. Woti wo man ena ye say ye yiw Efrim wo de kwatena nchen wo se menti ase mia lo na emre na me mete so am ye pani no afa de minje nkrofo na omo wo ni ndi enti afa de me de be free me man nim ti o wo na wo ye Chief Justice o wonje nkrofo na wo ni omo ye adwuma ni ndi se omo be di asem no etiaw. Enti wo de beko ECOWAS court. Enti me pese me busa question bi o nana. Enti does it mean say maame no wo ho no? Na onu angasa na wonje Ghana court ni ndi ana. Se ene onu na asem abade na se yesi akwa na Ghana court na so onje ndi na so wokukuru di ko ECOWAS court dia. Enti mra omo na wodi omo cases mo omo Ghana ni nyina no. Does it mean say no wondi ni yi? Does it mean say the judges mpenifo na wo ho nyina no wonji omu ndi na odi omu di adwuma na ye seti committee a mpenifo na woni omu ye adwuma no omu ana asa seti committee ni se omu nkwatena so no omu hwehwe wasem mu wose sa nkrofo na omu aseti omu so omu nkwatena so no omu hwehwe wasem no wonji omu ndi omu nka ensam no se dia wo pe no omu Ghana se ye ba be yi kwan na se ekwan no enam enfa ufie dia wo se kwan ne tene
for 3 minutes ne preko na o ma second word 45 be sorry
mate entin se ekwan no se enam ufie dia ene wo se o ekwan na chia se wonwune ne maame no ode oye sisi anu wana mo a wupo sisi ayanya Chief Justice o yanya Chief Justice na you call was for no so ana yani ye nation ye de ho enya nation a ye show obi ase omotena se anso ehunu se sisi ano ya de nyina ewie ye yi Chief Justice enti omunso ntimi ndi asem no emwa emawo
okay ba kwa ma okurampo a see your sociology of the law
that's it
menya lawyer but enya emra se abtia no waka ab they bring a lot of factors in place send your say Chief Justice ya inaugurating no ya vetting no president aswen in say me a judge at the ECOWAS court na empu me ma verdict granted impo sanka esi wodi nkunimu a I'll think about all the social consequences.
Yes,
and sana mama verdict.
Yes,
etina nka wo yesi bra na yenyi bafuboni enfri ho ana
na yamfa wo mbehwe ho
na bafuboni enye parliament which represent Ghana na toto na no ana enye parliament na approve na ana enye president na aswen in ana. So what do you make of those constitutional processes?
Good. Enti no enti so wo baby a ade no ababedru sisi a so your problem as sisi a yenyina ye wo no say mame no ompe baby ntena na menua Adams can say me say Adama
but and the modest the way by Osina no too it's not true that Oforiatta can naturalize in the US. he already has a British passport and can live in the US temporarily or permanently through investment, employment, or family ties. I don't know about that, though. But also no opinion. Thank you, Andy. All right.
And you know, said the Alamina Adama Kano. Mamma, no, yes, I gunu anymore, no, yes, Ama. Nasam no was an crown, ya. Now, so some crophobia, you or Medi. Our moon name me our mano. Not on chair will be our.
That's right.
Charlotte was say, one chance, Charlotte was say. On chair or moana, ye or moi got a bay or
now the good is here, mammy.
Mati. And Tenosisian on your members make a challenge. Once one tenacity, baby a dray dear, opo, on po, baby I drew on to me, baby. On to me, she or mine, Effa, Chief Justice at the Enumbium. No penny baby intena, na fe Ghana, no one Ghana, yen tumpon, no one jiny or yeno.
But that's a crown of in the Kibi. And the mother said, you can't ask on them for Mr. Pedro, no for plumbing and Mohammed Miss Boadu also President Mahama should sack the special prosecutor. He's deceiving us. President Mahama, step the gentility. Sack his Yajabe. Anyway, that is his messages. His message, I beg your pardon. I will buy. Daniel Adu Afari, I say in the late age. I can see I mean, can't wait. I mean, corner what I'm Samuel Afokwame. I said the NDC is too soft. Why didn't Honorable Poku ask him to substantiate his claim, showing evidence, but rather allowed him to go free? I'm sure he's referring to Neomahini Kaino Honorable.
Yeah,
I can't 4 minutes into
okay, my for 2 I add shortly. Say maybe an metie Eriko Poku Honorable. Now I explain my mat ase. Now journalists are can no ansem no in the subai no. Prior to the election, yes, prior to the election 2024 no. Okay, which I still have the video. Say NDC we no poa omonteme sesan kroma. $1 yes, message video rama. $1 ember from the ember from watching. 2 yen titinium so. And a 3 sana crowate sana.
But ya titinium so
yes. Ya titinium so dollar abba form chrononium abba form. I'm a chrono aye stabilize. And into journalists, more we stomach journalists no. Montomo. And you mobile end them carrier. Because mobile can wash as small can sit and my kind the Eriko Poku can honorable. Or see and this abang be fish no moji 16,000. But yeah, 16,500. But we are Article 71 holders. Until every year, no, it is subjected to 10% increment. Now 10% increment, no, omanya enebe pali. Until last year, no, omuye no accumulation. E kanyi nyina bomu. Emma omunya take me home of 32,000 monthly.
Yeah.
Until you backlog na kanyi nyina yetua omo.
Also, no, President could seem 25%.
Yes. Until your backlog in your Ethiopia and omoji 32. Until the new MCs now bano, they will continue from the 32. And from next year, no, they were entitled to the 10% increment. So they are taking the 32, which is the Akufo Addo MMDC.
It is 32. Almost 35. Until I can no
I say hypocrisy or person. Mete they offer so let me ignore. But citizen, let me ignore it. Nana, I did back what I am there about budget na ye ready. Abain papa, just abain papa because send yet to me manage economy. Emma dollar no a bar from no, and Emma a car I dino a drop here. So Bekaya. December 2024, that Ghana total debt is 726 billion. 726 billion. And then, Meno Kasan, 630. 630. Atisu, bam. 630. And away back because, nde, afi, by this time, dollar was trending at 16.4. Ubia Pongo Omomutie. November, 3rd week in November, dollar was 16.4. Today, as we are speaking, dollar is 10.95. Until Ama I drop it drastically. Now, another thing which I'm happy here, your rating agency I rate Ghana better. Fish, rate Ghana B-. Or say with a stabilized outlook. Nature say enim de. Na enim no positive ebekwe yi. And the modern so rate Ghana. Omo rate ye CAA1. If you CCA1 and now call B-. Or say maintaining stabilization and good outlook. Nature say BBI yamana den yamana ajna. And the SMP so are rate Ghana. Omo rate ye B- stroke B. Omo rate B- stroke B with stabilized outlook. Nature say nyama ye nyina then ejina na kwan so. They should tell us that the government is performing, and then the government is moving in the right direction. No wonder polls in July, like I said, 72% of Ghanaians says the government is moving in the right direction. Last one, Minka, about the big push. Onim say in Sawam Road, or Fankon Sawam Road.
One of them.
Minimum. Onim say Djibouti $750 million from Exim Bank, India. Aye, you be complete. You be see no. And the swame, and 25D. Onim say only 100 million was used for the purpose of the money.
600 no way.
650 do one. You need be a financial loss to the state. And then see, and contract and raise payment certificate. You need to say you can fail.
And I miss application of funds illegal.
And then you can face car. Ebetuanika. Now, I buy Edisa project in Akosha big push.
How DC.
Or the Akosha big push. Now see next year no agenda 111 in 3 years. I want to maybe one. I see about 10. 2026. Then this government will complete 10. Then we build about 7 new ones. Now you renovate other ones. In this, no, it will create employment. Because if we finish the agenda 111, more nurses will be employed, doctors, pharmacists, accountants, even here engineers, procurement officers, maintenance officers, cleaners, laborers, security. So one way or the other, but because of bad and then say incompetent to they don't know how to handle economy. And the last one from Anusi, almost say we've inject $1.6 billion into the economy to stabilize the city. Do you know how much they injected? $60 billion.
Let's say we don't know why
they injected $60 billion. No, but dollar ne Ghana yama yentimention $60 billion.
$60 billion
$60 billion more injected. Now you injected $1 billion, $1.6 billion a year. No more injected 60 billion. 60 divided by 1.5.
In fact, 2020, 3 fiscal year,
60 billion.
60.8 billion cedis.
The Bank of Ghana trying.
No
$60 billion more injected vaccine. And so far as the economy is concerned, in fact, they should shut up.
Very well. It's a good way to end. They lack that morality. Of course, they should shut up.